Indian Foreign Secretary Harsh Shringla is on a two-day visit to Myanmar. This is the first high-level outreach from India since the Myanmar military coup in February this year. Shringla handed over 1 million doses of India-made COVID-19 vaccines to the representatives of the Myanmar Red Cross Society. The move is a way to support for the country's fight against COVID-19. The Indian embassy in Yangon took to Twitter and said these vaccines will support the people of Myanmar, including those along the India-Myanmar border. Shringla's visit began Wednesday. He will be holding discussions with the State Administration Council, political parties, members of civil societies. Issues like humanitarian support to Myanmar, security and political situation in the country will also be discussed. The Myanmar State Administration Council, or the SAC, is headed by General Min Aung Hlaing, who seized power in February. Remember, the country's military evicted the democratically elected government of Aung San Suu Kyi in a coup in February 1st. Myanmar is one of India's key strategic neighbors. Myanmar shares a 1,640-kilometer-long border with a number of Indian states, including militancy-hit Nagaland and Manipur. Some militant groups from India's northeast region are reportedly taking shelter in Myanmar. Recent spat in militant activities in Manipur and Nagaland has been a concern for India, and it is one of the key issues that Shringla will flag in his meetings with Myanmarese authorities. Myanmar itself is witnessing massive protests following the coup. The Myanmarese military continued its crackdown on civilians who are protesting against the coup. According to reports, hundreds of people, including children, were killed in the crackdown by Myanmarese authorities. India has condemned any use of violence and stood for the restoration of democracy in Myanmar. WION's principal diplomatic correspondent Sidhant Sibal sent us this report. Take a look.
India's Foreign Secretary Harsh Shringla is on a two-day visit to Myanmar. This is a significant visit given the fact that this is the first visit of a top Indian government official to Myanmar since the coup that happened on 1st of February. Yesterday, we know that the Indian Foreign Secretary gave over 1 million doses of made in India COVID vaccines to Myanmar. We know that in the past also India has handed over vaccines to Myanmar, but during this visit he is going to have a number of engagements, and the focus area will be on the increased insurgent incident in India's northeast. We know that recently Myanmar handed over 5 insurgents to India. Also when it comes to connectivity, India's connectivity projects, not only to connect with Myanmar but with rest of the countries in the ASEAN region. Kaladan multimodal project is something that work has been going on. The Rohingya repatriation, something that India has been very vocal about. But lastly and foremost is to get a ground view of the situation when it comes to the country. We know that there have been reports of a crackdown happening in the country. So that gives a view for India. But largely, we know that India and Myanmar share cultural linkages and a pretty long border as well. And this visit is significant in many ways. We will get to know the final outcome later today when there will be releases issued by India and perhaps also by Myanmar. Sidhant Sibal for WION in New Delhi.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.